folks, welcome back to another episode of That's My Opinion. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming city budget. On Monday the 13th at 6:30 p.m. the city's going to be discussing next year's budget. And I think this is something that all the citizens here in town should get involved in. They need to understand that this is probably the most important thing that your Board of Aldermen will oversee over the next year. It's going to determine the direction the city's going to go, going to determine pay scales and projects and expenditures. Well, currently, the city of Troy uses a method called flat budgeting. Well, flat budgeting is really not conducive to a growing city. Troy has, since 2020, the city of Troy has had a 17.8% growth rate. That's substantial when you figure that the rest of the state or the rest of the county is less than 3%. And I think the state is at 2.5, something like that. But anyway, a flat budget is not the way to go. A flat budget means that you use the same budget year after year after year with no increases. Well, naturally, that seems to me to be short-sighted if you're administering a growing city, and Troy is growing. There's no doubt about it. And there's been no increases in the budget over the last 4 years, since 2020. So they're trying to operate the city on the same budget that they had in 2020. That's almost impossible. I mean, that is asking your department heads to squeeze down so much the city services that they give that it's almost impossible to do. When you have a flat budget, like this, and you don't increase any of the budget money from one year to the next, what that's going to do is you're going to run short. Each department will run short. There's no doubt about that. Whenever you don't give an increase to your department heads, and at that point, Alderman Lyford is correct. We have deficit spending in each department, but we don't have deficit spending because we don't have the money. Troy's taking in more dollars and more revenue because of the influx of people. I mean, we're getting more sales tax money, we're getting more property tax money, we're getting more tax money, more, fines for tickets and everything. The money's coming in, but it's not being properly budgeted, I don't think, in order to give us the services and the police protection and the streets and all the other city services that we need. You need to increase the amount that you spend. Last year, at the end of fiscal 23, we had over $20 million in the bank. The city of Troy does business on a cash basis. So that means we actually had $20 million in the bank. So what are we saving that money for? I can't seem to find out. I've asked questions of people and they don't have an answer. So we need to start getting a proper budget. Get off of this flat budget thing that's killing our city. We've lost police officers. We've lost city employees. Our streets are falling apart. Our infrastructure is crumbling. What we actually need to be on is a zero balance budget or an incremental budget. That way we can build for the future. Right now we're not doing anything for the future. We're just marking time. Drive through town and see what you see. There's brush everywhere. There's weeds and crap laying all over the place. Last year at Memorial Day, they didn't even mow the cemetery. Why? That doesn't make any sense. If you can't provide the services that the city needs to operate and maintain safe streets and maintain an infrastructure, then apparently you're not doing the budget correctly, because we got that money sitting in the bank doing nothing. You need to check into it. Don't take my word for it. All this information is available to you. You can find it on a state website. You can find it on a city's website. You can look at the budgets from previous years and see what's going on. You got to get involved if you want your city to improve, if you want your city to grow. You know, there's no reason why our city shouldn't be nice and clean and neat and well kept. You know, get outside of the city of Troy. Go look at Bowling Green. Go look at Washington. Go look at Wentzville. Go look at Winfield even. You know, they have progressed. They have taken care of their infrastructure. They have taken care of their city. You know, get involved. Let your alderman know what you want. You know, if you want to stay on a flat budget, that's fine. More power to you. But just know that every year your city services are going to be decreased. This year, from what I understand, they're going to do the flat budget again, and the mayor has told city department heads that they need to cut their budget again, that there's an $800,000 deficit. How could there be? There's $20 million in the bank. I say we don't have deficit spending. What we have is improper budgeting, and everybody needs to get involved. You know, in my way of thinking, if we're going to pay the taxes, they need to spend the money on the city. If they're not going to spend the money on the city, give us our money back. Give us our tax dollars back. You know, we're one of the highest taxed cities in the state, and I think we need to get the services that we're paying for and the services that we deserve. We need to have our city brought up to snuff, up to the standards that the rest of the state is living by. Right now, it's an embarrassment to have anybody drive through our city the way it looks, the way things are kept up, and there's no excuse for it. Get involved, call your alderman, go to the board meetings, let them know what you think. I mean, you don't have to agree with me. You can have a different opinion, but at least get involved and let them know that you're not happy, you're not satisfied with the direction that our community is going in, because we're falling farther and farther behind every day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We depend on our viewers to keep this going.